I spent 18 years in the Navy. I never considered myself to be a great leader by any stretch of the imagination. The only thing I did is in that defining moment right after the blast went off, that's when I said, okay, what do I need to do to save my ship? And what do I need to do to save my crew? Because nothing else mattered. When I look at ethical leadership, one of the key foundational pieces has to be to operate from a sense of integrity. You're going to do what's necessary to lead your people, regardless of what the consequences are. You're going to stand in the heat, you're going to trust in your people and have their back and stand up as that leader and say, no, if they did something wrong, you come look at me, because I'm the one that tasked them to do it. I absolutely ran into a dilemma moment following the attack on my ship, USS Cole, by Al-Qaeda terrorists in the Port of Aden, Yemen. About 9 days after the attack, I was visited by a 3-star Admiral who made the difficult ask from Washington to let half or more of the crew go home because it was hard and the families wanted them back and there was pressure building on Capitol Hill. And I will never forget looking down at the deck and thinking to myself, I have a 3-star Admiral asking me to allow half or more of my crew to abandon ship and go home because this is hard. And I will never forget looking up and looking at that Admiral and saying, Admiral, I couldn't disagree with you more. This crew saved their ship, this crew saved their shipmates, and this crew as a crew will get USS Cole out of port onto the heavy lift ship Blue Marlin, and then we will go home together as a crew. When I think of General George Marshall and his leadership, he epitomizes what every officer or civilian should aspire to. He had that ability to stand back, kind of get the larger picture, and understand where we needed to go as a nation. That doesn't happen by accident. It happens because he invested in leadership. He practiced that art of leadership, and he wanted to make sure that he set that example for others to follow, and they did. I would say as a younger generation learns about leadership, the one thing that they have to do above all else is habituate it. Learn those good habits, practice those good habits, and try to live up to that standard every day. Will you always stumble at some point and not do things right? Absolutely, we're human beings. But the reality is you have to recognize that you have made a mistake, that you had a shortfall. And once you recognize it, you vow to be better in the future. That's that loop of being a good leader. There is only one person in your life that is responsible for the decisions you make and the consequences that come from it, and that's you as an individual.